Okay, we're here with Vikram Solanki, professional cricketer with Worcestershire County Cricket Club and former England international. Vic, we just want to get a few of your thoughts on working in sport. I know your career is primarily as a player, but you're moving slightly into the field of administration. So just to do a bit of general advice for any young people out there looking to work in the sport industry, what would you say to help them on their way?
Well, my sort of involvement administratively has come about by coincidence, really. I have, first and foremost, a passion for playing. And as a result of that, having sort of benefited from the advice offered by administrators and Professional Players Association, in our case the Professional Cricketers Association, I felt that it was only right, having benefited, for me to offer some sort of assistance if I could. So my involvement has come about by coincidence. But in terms of advice for people that want to get involved, the most important thing is you must have a desire and a passion to be involved in anything that you're trying to do, whether that be playing sport, whether that be in any walk of life. It must make you want to get out of bed in the morning and go to work. I consider myself very lucky that for the best part of 20 years I've sort of woken up every morning and wanted to go to work. And I suppose my involvement in the administrative stuff is sort of just an extension of that.
Okay. I mean, that's fantastic advice and something that can apply to all walks of life, really, whether it be professional cricket or a job within sport in any kind of realm, really. But what kind of skills or personal traits do you think are important? Again, not necessarily in necessarily what you do, but again, any walk of life and generally in jobs these days, particularly given that it's quite hard to, or it's perceived as being quite hard to find a job.
Well, my experience is primarily being involved with teams. And unless you're an entrepreneur and a sole trader of some sort, it's inevitable that whatever walk of life you might choose to get involved in, whatever vocation it might be, you're going to be part of the team. So the element of being a team player and understanding that at times the importance of team dynamic is perhaps more important than your own individual gain. That's a very good quality to have amongst individuals. And I know as the people I've worked with, be it in professional sport or be it outside of the sport, you sort of appreciate guys that are able and sort of willing to be part of a team. Naturally, intelligence and ability to work hard and being prepared to sort of go that extra mile are all qualities that are very important. But quite often those are dictated to us rather than something we can do something about. But being part of a team and being able to communicate with people and being able to sort of understand people's demands and being able to listen to people, they are very good qualities that will hold you in good stead in any walk of life, in any work environment. They're very important qualities.
And just on your career, and obviously you've played professional cricket, but before that, your education, did you attend college, university, or were you fortunate enough to just progress straight into cricket?
Well, I signed professional terms while I was still at school, so I struck a deal with my father saying that, well, I'll make sure I've got my sort of GCSEs and I'll make sure I've got my A-levels, and I promised him that I would get a degree, although I wouldn't follow the conventional route. What I did do is I went and got my A-levels and then went about taking on a sort of distance learning course with the Open University and then went about acquiring my qualifications through that sort of scheme. And to me it worked both as a means to get a qualification, but also it sort of gave me an opportunity to stop thinking about cricket. When you're involved in professional sport, it can be very sort of challenging at times. It demands your attention all of the time, and you can sort of just get too involved in it. So to have something to think about outside of the game, outside of whether I've got any runs or not on any given day, to sort of be forced into sort of concentrating on something else was something I at times found very useful. But meeting deadlines can be a bit of a problem at times if you're sort of busy. But it was a very good experience to sort of be involved and use the Open University.
And how do you think that stood you in kind of stead for your next steps of your career, really? obviously not getting any younger, but maybe looking to progress and stay within sport. I'm not sure, but that period or that process of constantly learning or constantly bring yourself up to speed with what's going on. Obviously, you can't play professional cricket forever. So, what are your next steps, and how was your kind of continual education help that?
It is exactly that. It's a sort of continual education. It's sort of continual development. I mean, it remains to be seen what exactly I do end up doing once I've finished playing. What I've tried to do is make sure I explore every sort of opportunity and avenue. I've done some media work. I've done whatever I can administratively, getting involved with the PCA. I've chaired the PCA now for 3 years. This is my second term. I took over at the PCA as an interim chief executive because circumstances dictated that was what was required, and the board had asked me to take over for a short period. And that was a very steep learning curve, but a sort of opportunity, and something that I was very keen to sort of get involved with. You know, it's very rare that sports people get opportunities like that. So, although it was difficult, I was very grateful for the sort of exposure and experience that I gained from that.
Perfect. Thank you very much. That's
no
brilliant.
problem at all.